everybody, and welcome to WWF New York. Jim Ross and James E. Cornette here at ringside. And what a broadcast we have for you here this week. We're going to be telling you all about the historic Raw is War for the first time ever from Madison Square Garden. It's only 1 week from this Monday night. We've got big news on that, James E.
That's right, we're going to be talking to the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, in an exclusive interview, and we're going to show you some action involving Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I know, JR, you know what that is all too well.
Unfortunately, I do, plus the Legion of Doom is here to take on the Nation of Domination. Well, you're in a good mood here this week, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Come on, JR.
Well, here on WWF New York, James E. he's funky here this week.
I'm telling you, I've got more souls than a whole Red Goose shoe store, and I'm ready to watch Flash and the Sultan get down.
He's moving places, folks, that you just wouldn't believe.
I got more moves than a bowl of Jell-O, and I'm ready to get down. You know, I'm happy this week because I spent 4 days in Kentucky last week, a state where you can draw a deep breath without a gas mask.
Don't break that groove thing. Flash Funk and the Sultan. Sultan well over 300 pounds. Will attempt to use his power to offset the quickness and athleticism of Flash Funk. And yes, indeed, we are counting down the days to Raw is War in Madison Square Garden, folks. There will be nothing else like it on September the 22nd, 1 week from this Monday night. And Flash with a clean break, and Sultan kind of getting Flash's attention here.
Oh, now, once again, Flash wants to get the patriotism angle behind him because Flash realizes he's going to need some fan support. But I'll tell you,
big mistake.
He needs to keep his eye on his opponent.
Big mistake there by Flash Funk, and the Sultan now taking advantage of that lapse in concentration.
The Sultan, everything with authority, high impact, no wasted motion. But can you imagine, Jim, what the fan reaction is going to be like at Madison Square Garden on live TV across this country? Raw is War. Can you imagine the signs, the pennants, the banners? It's going to be just tremendous.
Folks, we should remind everyone that tickets for the big event in Madison Square Garden, which is only, as we said, 1 week from this very Monday, our tickets are going very, very rapidly, but good seats are still available.
Whoa.
I'd get mine today if I were you. Going downstairs is Flash Funk, and Flash quickening the pace here. Flash upstairs, showing that great athleticism, and another drop kick outside goes the Sultan. Flash Funk now, you got to keep your eye on Flash. He will fly. He has such a great ability to create high-risk offense.
And he's going to have to use that. He's going to have to go high impact in order to take the Sultan out.
Folks, we've got to take a quick timeout, but we'll be right back.
Stone Cold wants to do. I'm going to kick the crap out of this guy, and I'm going to enjoy doing it.
He's doing this to every American fan in Fred's own mind.
We have one official in the ring that's down. We have one official outside the ring that's down. One was obliterated earlier on.
Round 0, the home video. For those who couldn't get it on pay-per-view, call now or send a check or money order to the address on your screen.
Welcome back, everyone, to WWF New York. It's the Sultan with a straight thrust kick on Flash Funk in this one-on-one contest.
Right up under the chin, too. And I'm sorry, JR. Didn't mean to mention anybody with a sore chin after what happened to you. I'm sorry about that. If I'd have been there, I would have helped you.
Oh, I'm sure you would have. And, here comes a backbreaker. This Sultan is a big, rugged, powerful individual. And, well, that's not much of a cover. And that's not going to get the job done.
Well, he's trying to show off for the Iron Sheik. And up.
Inside cradle and a near fall by Flash Funk. And no, he is knocked down. Flash Funk knocked on his back by the Sultan.
Flash tried to hook that head, go for the jackknife, but he couldn't get the head, even though he broke him down at the back of the knee. And once again, the Sultan, this ain't going to get it done.
Well, the Sultan being coached, if you will, by the Iron Sheik, who has certainly been in Madison Square Garden on many infamous occasions. Sultan now sending a flash for the ride. There's a sleeper. The neck is crimped. The flow of blood to the brain is being restricted by the Sultan. And Flash Funk James E. Cornette is in a great deal of trouble. And it looks like he may be taking a nap.
Well, you saw him trying to flex the facial muscles and the neck muscles, trying to keep the circulation going. But it appears to me that his eyes are rolling back in his head as the brain is denied blood.
Referee now checking Flash Funk. The referee will check Flash Funk in this manner. If Flash's arm drops the third time, this match will be stopped.
Sultan's got two. No!
Flash Funk prolonging the agony here, and Flash trying to get that blood flowing to create an adrenaline rush, and Flash Funk now fighting his way back up to the vertical base. Flash Funk going downstairs, and James E. the pace is quickening here.
The people have gotten behind Flash, a spinning elbow, and takes the Sultan off his feet. Now Flash has got to create something. He can't just go for the pepper shots. He's got to go for a high impact. Oh!
Flash Funk with the elbow, and now the Sultan is in trouble. Flash Funk, as we said, will create high-risk offense. Flash up on the top rope here, and Flash with a crossbody press. Will this be enough? And three, no! The Sultan.
Wait a minute, he's got the Sheik.
Well, good.
Now Flash has the Sheik. The Sheik's trying to beg him. No!
The former WWF champion, the Iron Sheik, knocked off the apron. Flash Funk with a spinning kick. And now the Funkmeister will create more offense. Flash Funk will take a chance here.
Is he going for the moonsault? Yeah, no!
The moonsault into a leg drop. What a move by Flash Funk. And Flash Funk with a bigger upset than Al Sharpton had last week.
Here is your winner, Flash Funk.
Can you believe Flash Funk turned a moonsault into a leg drop? Unbelievable. A 450-degree revolution.
Stone Cold Steve Austin created his own revolution, beginning last week at Ground Zero when the Rattlesnake wreaked havoc.
Yeah, unfortunately, he wreaked havoc on you, JR. That just proves one thing, Jim Ross. When Stone Cold Steve Austin is out of control, it can happen to anybody.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And then the next night on Raw, Commissioner Slaughter made the announcement that Austin was being stripped of the Intercontinental title and that an Intercontinental Championship tournament would begin immediately. Austin will have to be in St. Louis on October the 5th at Bad Blood to present the new champion with the Intercontinental title belt. But the Rattlesnake had plenty to say. Stone Cold Steve Austin, with a rousing ovation, made his way to the ring, and then, once again, Austin would shock the world.
You talk about me delivering the Intercontinental title. The only thing that I'll deliver is a big can of whoop right to your front door.
Slaughter sweating bullets.
Do I make myself clear?
No! Oh, God! No! Oh, my God! Austin he just attacked the commissioner! Good God Almighty! The commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation has just been assaulted by Stone Cold! Well, I can assure you that'll be it for Austin. He's out of here! He's a rattlesnake, and he'll strike anybody he wants to. He doesn't give a damn about anybody or anything. Uh-oh, look at this. Listen. Uh-oh. Oh, Austin has got that look. Austin has got that look. Oh, look at McMahon acting tough. Look at McMahon acting tough. What is wrong with Steve Austin? Obviously, Vince McMahon is a marked man. And what's going to happen when Austin gets this to Madison Square Garden on September the 22nd.
Still to come, we're going to update you on the honeymoon of Marlena and Brian.
Plus, the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, get it on with a Nation of Domination in tag team action. And now this from Ravishing Rick Rude.
There's no need to remind you people, some of my greatest moments came right there in the heart of the city, Madison Square Garden, New York, New York, the most dangerous town in the world where one can never have enough protection. If you're smart, you'll own a piece of the Rick Rude life. Insurance people die for.
Welcome back. Bad Blood in Your House is presented by PlayStation. And a bit of advice for gamers everywhere, never underestimate the power of PlayStation. And at Bad Blood, don't underestimate the power of a steel cell that will surround The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels when they go one-on-one, perhaps for the last time ever.
But boy, I'm going to tell you, JR, he's going to have a rough time, Shawn Michaels is, getting out of Madison Square Garden on September 22nd when you figure Shawn versus The Undertaker versus Bret Hart in a triple threat match. That is going to be challenge enough.
And you add the WWF title to that. I mean, it is a wild situation. 1 week from this Monday in Madison Square Garden. Now we've got six-man tag team action here on WWF New York. The Truth Commission taking on Brian Taylor, Burt Keane, and Matt Duvall.
Boy, I'm going to tell you, these guys are drilled to a military precision by that man with the red beret, the Commandant. He has trained Recon, who is in the ring now, Sniper outside, and the Interrogator, that huge 7-foot giant. That's all they do is train 24 hours a day.
Great flexibility by Recon, who stands about 6'6", maybe 6'7". All these Truth Commission members are huge. They'll be on hand at Madison Square Garden 9 days from now. Monday night, September the 22nd. And Recon pretty much having his way in this six-man tag team matchup.
What I want to know is, will you be on hand? Because Steve Austin's going to be there. Steve Austin's going to be a lot of places. Are you going to go back around Steve Austin? What about Vince McMahon? The next time he and Austin will be in the same place is September 22nd.
Well, we both have jobs to do. That's what we're going to do. I wouldn't miss being in Madison Square Garden for anything in the world. And look at this 3-on-1 attack. This looks like a Central Park mugging here. Ooh, this guy would have more luck walking through Central Park with a $100 bill taped to his head. And there's a tag made.
Oh, I think the Truth Commission's going to be scared now. This guy looks like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
Well, I don't know how smart you are to sign a contest with this Truth Commission, who have yet to taste defeat here in the WWF, but that could change this Monday on Raw, James E.
Well, that's right, because they're going to be taking on the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, and I don't care what you say. The Road Warriors are still the measuring stick for tag team competition, but this Truth Commission has not yet even been touched. And I think they can match the Road Warriors size for size and strength for strength.
Nice suplex there. Look at that. There's the Interrogator. That's the Sniper in there. Sniper's 6'5", about 260, maybe 270. These guys are in excellent condition, but Sniper on that occasion couldn't connect with the elbow.
Well, I tell you, all these guys across the way, Keane and Taylor and Duvall, they better just make sure that they keep Sniper and Recon away from the Interrogator. If that Jolly Green Giant comes in, their days are numbered.
Ooh. Spinning elbow by Sniper. And the Truth Commission certainly in control here. And a big sports weekend in the Big Apple. The Big Tunas team, the Jets, are going to take on his old team, the Patriots. James, I know you're a huge football fan.
Oh, just love it. Just can't get enough of it. That guy, Parcells, he can't keep a job. He's coached every team in the world.
Recon now hammering away on Matt Duvall. Another hard right hand. And again, this Monday on Raw, the Truth Commission will be measured. Oh, my. And, there's a big monster. The Interrogator has been tagged in, and this man who will compete in the big over-the-top rope battle royal at Madison Square Garden a week from Monday is 7 feet, 350 pounds, and that's quite the sidewalk slam. And the Truth Commission remain undefeated here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, I didn't take the interrogator long. I would tell him anything he wants to know.
Very impressive outing for the Truth Commission, and they will make their first appearance ever in Madison Square Garden on Monday night, September the 22nd. And ladies and gentlemen, what a night it's going to be. The WWF title will be decided in a WrestleMania-like main event. Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, will challenge Bret Hart for WWF gold in a triple threat matchup.
Plus, the top superstars in the WWF in an over-the-top rope battle royal, with the winner to face the WWF champion in a title match at the next event.
Ladies and gentlemen, tickets are going fast, but good seats are still available. Get your tickets today at any Ticketmaster outlet, including the Garden box office, and be a part of history in the making. Raw is War at Madison Square Garden.
Still to come, an exclusive interview with Shawn Michaels concerning his upcoming trip to Madison Square Garden.
Plus, the Nation of Domination collide with the American Originals, Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom.
And up next, another installment from the Loose Cannon, Brian Pillman, when he presents The X-Files. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Now, on the WWF Superstar line, you'll hear the inside story on how the Hell in a Cell match between the Heartbreak Kid and The Undertaker came about. All this and more on Option 3, The Ross Report. Just call 1-900-737-4WWF. The call costs $1.49 per minute, and kids under 18 must have parents' permission before calling.
Welcome back tonight to WWF New York. Well, last Sunday at Ground Zero, Brian Pillman went one-on-one with Goldust. If Pillman lost, Pillman would leave the WWF forever. But if Pillman won, he would get Marlena's services for 30 days and 30 nights as Pillman's personal assistant. Marlena loaded her purse with a brick and tried to use it on Pillman. But Pillman retrieved the purse and with the referee's back turned, would nail Goldust right in the head. Goldust would be knocked unconscious, allowing Pillman to defeat Goldust and win Marlena's services for 30 days. Pillman, grabbing Marlena, quickly left the arena. And certainly it was a heartbreaking situation as Goldust was chasing his wife in Pillman's car down the alleyway. What a heartbreaking situation for the Runnels family.
The next night on Raw, Goldust came to ringside to be in Dude Love's corner when the Dudester faced Brian Pillman. However, Pillman did not show up. He telephoned from home and asked the producers to play the video that he had delivered earlier in the day.
Well, that video certainly was distasteful from the unstable Brian Pillman. Can you imagine the mother of a 3-year-old child being held hostage, if you will, as the personal assistant of Brian Pillman for 30 days, and as we have so often mentioned, 30 long nights? Well, Brian Pillman has provided our WWF New York producers yet another installment of Pillman's X-Files.
Hi, Dustin. Guess who? Just want to let you know, your wife is in real good hands, having the time of her life. And trust me, she's never looked better. See what I mean? Look at that. So she's been getting some extra workouts in. I want to tell you about those long skirts. Just sign up Mr. and Mrs. Pillman so we can get out of here. Hey, what are you doing? Now that everything's back under control, being the great guy I am with a big heart, I'm going to let you and Terry spend some quality time together. So here it goes. Terry, come on. Say hi to Dustin.
Honey, don't worry about me. I'll be all right. I'll be fine. Please. Please take care of Dakota.
That's right. You take care of the baby, and I'm going to take care of your old lady.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit, is a World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Division match. About to enter the ring, hailing from Mexico, weighing in at an even 200 pounds, Super Loco!
Well, Super Loco's going to make his WWF New York debut here, and I'll tell you something. That situation with Pillman and Marlena is absolutely hideous and so disturbing.
Well, what are you talking about? I think she's never looked better. I like her in black, especially the short black stuff.
Brian Christopher, one of the top light heavyweights in the world today, competing here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, that sign says it all. He is the future of light heavyweight wrestling in the WWF. He's got the ability, the charisma, the conditioning, and most importantly, the intelligence to make it to the top and stay there.
The son of Jerry the King Lawler has some heritage
don't
too.
know that.
Well, everybody knows it's true.
Oh.
Folks, Brian Christopher will make his first appearance in Madison Square Garden on September the 22nd. Listen to this.
The Madison Square Garden. I can't think of a better place for the greatest light heavyweight in the world. That's me, Brian Christopher, to show off this sexy body, baby.
Boy, JR, did you see when they had that shot of the girl on the left and Brian Christopher on the right? Looked like a before and after Stridex ad.
Brian Christopher proving that the acorn doesn't fall too far from the tree with that hideous laugh, just like his old man.
Oh, you're just plain nuts.
Side headlock by Super Loco. And this will be a fast-paced contest, no doubt about it. And I think if anybody in the WWF, good drop kick, could match quickness with Brian Christopher, it certainly is Super Loco.
Well, we've heard a lot about Super Loco. We're going to see whether he lives up to his advanced billing, but he is supposed to be one of the quickest and one of the craziest of all the luchadors in Mexico.
Certainly a lot of suicide-like maneuvers from Super Loco. Nice arm drag takeover there. And another. Super Loco out-quickening Brian Christopher, who is knocked outside.
Right on his head, and Super Loco looks like he's going to fly.
Super Loco, the handspring over the top rope into a crossbody. Really delighting this capacity crowd here.
And Super Loco really is crazy. Look at this cannonball on the floor from over the top rope.
Brian Christopher in a lot of trouble here on WWF New York. And the big mouth from Memphis, Tennessee, may not make it to Madison Square Garden on September the 22nd.
Wait a minute, he's got an idea. I saw it in his face. And I'll tell you something, Super Loco's going to have to watch out now for Brian Christopher. And speaking of Loco, I would think that somebody would be Loco if they let Brian Pillman and Goldust in the same arena like they're going to schedule to be this Monday on Raw.
Boy, no doubt about that. Pillman will meet Dude Love in the Intercontinental title tournament this week on Raw. And, look out, the handspring elbow, backfire. And a big-time move there offensively by Brian Christopher. Yes, Pillman and Dude Love this Monday on Raw. It will happen. And you got to wonder how Goldust is going to react to that. And we'll also see Marlena at ringside with Brian Pillman.
And I wonder how she's going to look and whether she's going to be any the worse for wear. And also in the tournament, Ken Shamrock takes on Faarooq one-on-one on Raw.
Great drop kick there by Brian Christopher to the back of Super Loco's head. Indeed, Raw this Monday night, 8:57 on the USA Network. No doubt it will be electrifying. We'll have more on that big televised event in the hour. A rocker-dropper-like maneuver by Brian Christopher.
And for the folks planning to go to the Garden on the 22nd, if you watch Raw's War this week, you'll find out a lot of the things that you may be seeing.
Nice Irish whip there by Too Sexy. And that's his opinion, I guess. And oh boy, what a ginger landing, shall we say.
That'll wake Yeah.
Super Loco now with the opportunity to capitalize on that mistake by Brian Christopher, and Loco with a clothesline.
It's up to Super Loco now to make some things happen for himself. He's got the opening.
Springboard moonsault off the top rope, and that's all. No, it's not. It's not all. Brian Christopher, to his credit, able to kick out.
But Super Loco is sure putting Christopher to the test. He's lived up to his billing and his reputation, but can he put Brian Christopher away?
Super Loco now. Up on top. Could be a Hurricane Rana. Yes, it is. That should be all. Super Loco, but he's not going for the cover. He's not going for the cover, James Z. That could be a mistake.
It could be, but he's going to finish it.
Oh! Super Loco going for the corkscrew splash, and nobody was there, and now Brian Christopher gets a reprieve.
And Christopher has to do something and do it well and do it quick.
Uh-oh. Might be, yeah. Front face off, reverse DDT.
The back of Super Loco's head smashed against the ring. Here he goes.
Brian Christopher up top. Here comes, I think, yes, it will be the Tennessee Jam. Yes, it is. The leg drop right across the face, and Brian Christopher showing that he perhaps is the man to beat in the light heavyweight division.
Well, there's no doubt about that one. You can take a look at it again as Brian does his victory lap. The reverse DDT from the ropes stuns Super Loco, and then from the top sits down on his head the Tennessee Jam, and he's too sexy for Super Loco. It's Brian Christopher, and he's the winner.
Brian Christopher makes his first appearance in Madison Square Garden on Monday night, September the 22nd. And ladies and gentlemen, still to come on WWF New York, will the Nation of Domination be in full force as they make the Legion of Doom? I think so.
And coming up next, the Heartbreak Kid's comments about being part of Madison Square Garden's history-making night in 1 week.
Welcome back, everybody, to WWF New York. Don't forget, it's all going to happen in Madison Square Garden for the first time ever. Raw is War in Madison Square Garden on Monday night, September the 22nd. A limited number of good seats are still available. I suggest folks you get yours today at Ticketmaster outlets.
There's going to be a massive over-the-top rope battle royal with a huge list of superstars, with the winner facing the WWF champion for the title at the next Garden event.
And what about the WWF title matchup? Triple threat rules. Bret Hart meets The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, who is standing by with Michael Cole.
Raw's War returns to where it all started, New York City, but this time, Shawn Michaels, it goes to Madison Square Garden. And you're in a triple threat matchup with Bret Hart and The Undertaker. Should be an extraordinary event, to say the least.
Oh, of course it's going to be an extraordinary event because I am in it. You know, I was sitting at home in San Antonio, and my phone rang, and on the other end of the line was Vince McMahon, and he begged and he pleaded. Shawn, he said, we need you to come to Madison Square Garden. Why? Because the fans want you, because I want you, because the only way to make sure that Madison Square Garden is filled to the rafters for Raw is War is to put the Heartbreak Kid on the show. So believe me, New York City, whether you love me or you hate me, you know you're going to come see me. And you know what? You may see me walk out the new World Wrestling Federation champion.
Shawn, what is it about Madison Square Garden in New York City? What brings the Heartbreak Kid to the Garden?
Well, I think it's the love and the admiration of the New York City fans. It's either that or the hate and the loathment of the New York City fans. See, no matter how you slice it, you know where you stand in New York City. They're not wishy-washy, they're not sorta, they're not kinda, they're not iffy. They either love you or they hate you. And to be perfectly honest, I respect that more than somebody who says, I sort of like him, I sort of dislike him. I don't care if you boo or you yay, as long as you're there. And believe me, when the Heartbreak Kid is in town, everybody is always there. Why? It's the place to be. When this cat is rocking the house, everybody knows that everything else is second to the Heartbreak Kid. The number one man in this business is coming to New York City, to Madison Square Garden, to fill it to the rafters, and to give you people a show that you never get to see, except when the Heartbreak Kid is in town.
His opponent, weighing in at 87 pounds, Little Lucky.
And we are ready for minis competition one-on-one. Little Lucky to take on El Torito. El Torito weighing in at a whopping 104 pounds. And referee Jack Doan, who's about 5'6", looks like Patrick Ewing in this matchup.
Boy, I got to go back to Shawn Michaels' comments. There's going to be no wishy-washy situation on September 22nd at the Garden. Either he's going to be the champion or he's not. You've got Bret Hart, who everybody knows hates Shawn Michaels. You've got The Undertaker, who has a score to settle and wants revenge, and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match for the title.
It don't get any bigger than the WWF Championship, and it certainly can't get any more dangerous than a triple threat matchup. It'll all happen in Madison Square Garden 1 week from this very Monday. El Torito. Ooh! And that means little bull, James E. Just by the way, he's not a corn chip or something.
I know that. I'm bilingual. I can speak Spanish. As a matter of fact, I'm trilingual.
Oh, are you?
I speak Spanish and English and Oklahoman.
Well, that's quite a gift. And look, El Torito trying to get a little submission here. Get that little submission on Lucky. Never mind. Certainly.
You know, you can make your yucks and your ha-has, JR, about, you know, they're little and they're cute, and they got little flashy moves. And look at this. Back spinning head. Wow.
Little Lucky now. He's going to take a chance here.
Wait a minute, run. He's going up the top rope.
He better be lucky.
Watch it.
Look out, the run above us. Good Lord.
JR,
Go help him. Go help him up, Corny.
I'm not getting close to these little behemoths. You know what I was about to say was, and that just proves it, these guys are cute and they're small and all that stuff, but they're tremendous athletes. They can wrestle, they're dedicated, and they risk their neck every time out.
El Torito pulling himself back in the ring, and the little bull now ramming Lucky, who wasn't too lucky on that exchange.
Boy, this guy has such a size advantage, and you know, when you're talking about a 20 or 25 pound weight advantage, you're talking about a fourth of these guys' total body weight.
That's exactly right. That's a very good point. And certainly when we have fun with these men, they are somewhat cute, I guess we could say, but they're great athletes, as you pointed out. And certainly we're going to see the pace quicken and get a little bit more intense later here on WWF New York, when the Legion of Doom, folks, they're going to be right here. They're going to take on Faarooq and Kama of the Nation of Domination, and that will be a fierce tag team event here this week on WWF New York.
That'll be brute force and brute force, but you know, when Little Lucky, when he dives off that top rope, it's the equivalent of me or you jumping 25 feet. It's all relative, JR.
Well, I ain't going to be jumping no 25 feet.
Well, I didn't figure you were.
Unless it's into a pile of fried chicken or something. Or maybe a pile of Nathan's hot dogs. Something that I would enjoy lying in, if you know what I mean.
Well, I think we'll get out of that subject, because right now it's a test of strength, and you got to think the big mini is going to wait a minute. Thought he was going to win it, but look at the leverage. And Little Lucky's flying.
Victory roll by Lucky and a near fall. And El Torito using his power to kick out. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Goldust and several other top WWF superstars will be making a personal appearance next Saturday at Plaza Auto in Brooklyn. That's next Saturday from 11 until 1. Goldust and many other WWF superstars in Brooklyn at Plaza Auto.
And whoa! If El Torito keeps this up, he's going to butt Little Lucky all the way to Brooklyn. That's really using your head.
You ever been to Brooklyn, Corny?
I've unfortunately been to Brooklyn on 1 or 2 occasions, never on purpose.
Look out here.
Well, wait a minute. He threw him to Doan. Jack Doan.
Jack Doan makes a fair catch, and then El Torito goes straight down. That was the old posterior drop.
I wonder if that was a disqualification. Was it intentional? Accidental? Torito holds on.
And Lucky now trying to...
A little fancy footwork.
Moving those feet.
But whoa!
Arm drag takeover into a little crucifix. Jack Doan a little slow getting there, and 3, no, he just got 2.
He just got 2, he almost had him.
Bad break there for a Little Lucky. Seemingly having El Torito's shoulders down long enough for the count.
this El Torito really knows how to throw his weight around what there is that exists of it.
Up top now. El Torito. Hey, look, he's going up hot. He's on the top rope. El Torito, look out!
There's no way.
El Torito with a victory over Little Lucky in Minis action here on WWF New York.
The Minis from south of the border. Always crowd pleasers, and what athletes! El Torito, the winner.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll pick up the pace. When we come back, the Nation of Domination goes nose to nose with a Legion of Doom.
Hey guy, one of the great things in wrestling, Wrestling World Wrestling Federation around the world, is when we go to New York City, Madison Square Garden. Es tan tremendo y tan nítido que cuando esa gente puertorriqueña y especialmente todos los latinos se dan cita ahí, mi gente, se le paran los pelos a uno y uno goza de verdad, le dan ganas de luchar a uno. Mi gente, muchas gracias por soportar a la WWF. God bless you.
Tonight, WWF New York is brought to you by Castrol Syntec, the full synthetic motor oil that protects in ways other oils can't.
And by Discovery Zone, it's the ultimate entertainment spot, and it's just for kids. Go to your nearest Discovery Zone and get a free WWF poster. DZ, where kids want to be.
Is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied down the aisle by number Kilo Brown and Rocky Maivia, representing the Nation of Domination at a total combined weight of 590 pounds, Faarooq and Mustafa.
Well, the Fink has the opportunity to introduce the Nation of Domination, who will certainly be involved very deeply, one would assume, this Monday on Raw. 8:57 will be on the USA Network this Monday night because Faarooq will meet the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, in a Intercontinental Tournament matchup.
Watch this place blow up right now, because here comes the Legion of Doom.
For the Legion of Doom. You can literally feel the rafters rattling here. And what's it going to be like when Hawk and Animal step into Madison Square Garden 1 week from this Monday night?
Well, they're the measuring stick, JR. They have been and continue to be. What a rush. All other tag teams in the world are judged by their success or failure against the LOD.
Hawk and Animal to meet Faarooq and Mustafa in this tag team matchup again. Thanks for being with us here again this week on WWF New York. And just listen. This crowd obviously very, very solidly behind Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom. And it will be the Supreme Fighting Machine, Mustafa and Animal, locking up here. Real test of strength by these two powerhouses.
You know, it's not often that either of the Road Warriors come up against a guy that's bigger than they are.
This will not be a finesse tag team matchup, that's for sure. And both men collide. Look like a couple of New York City cabs running together.
I'll tell you this, while there's a lot of speed involved. Oh, yeah.
A big shoulder block. Animal went airborne, knocking Kama off his feet. Ooh, what a power slam.
There's a lot of speed involved because all these guys can move, even though they're all in the 300-pound range. But like you said, there won't be finesse. It'll be smash mouth offense.
Animal tagging in Hawk. And the Legion of Doom thus far isolating Kama from making the tag. There's a rake of the face. And now Hawk driven head first into the turnbuckle. And Kama makes the exchange with Faarooq. Faarooq, a magnificent athlete, known as Ron Simmons at Florida State University. He was a four-time football All-American there, and what a clothesline!
Look at him bounce. He hit that mat so hard he bounced.
And now Faarooq right back up, showing his tenacity. You can bet that the Legion of Doom, oh boy, and the nation will be deeply involved at Madison Square Garden 1 week from this Sunday. And a kind of a nose breaker, if you will.
Right in the schnoz. I think the nation may be deeply involved right here because D'Lo and Rocky are both at ringside.
The threat of the two additional members of the Nation of Domination certainly very present here. A hard clothesline. Down goes Hawk. Folks, we'll be right back. We're back on WWF New York. Hawk still in trouble here. And, oh, Hawk up a knee up. An elevated combo right over the top rope.
Hawk's got the chance to make the tag, but instead he rolls out on the floor. You can't legally tag from there. He's got to get back in.
I'll tell you, James E. Hawk was really hammered during the commercial break. And now Hawk with a scoop slam. And Hawk going to climb the ladder.
I think that's a mistaken judgment. Oh!
Palmer got his knees up and just rammed them into the abdomen of Hawk of the Legion of Doom.
When Hawk had the opening, he should have gotten the fresh man in.
Oh, look out here now. Rocky Maivia and D'Lo Brown doing a number on Hawk.
Oh!
Hawk getting assaulted here on the outside. This is the advantage that exists. Oh, look at this. Come on. The advantage that exists when there are four members of the Nation of Domination and just two members, no matter who it is, including the Awesome Road Warrior.
Hey, 4-on-2 every time will be an advantage, especially when there's only one referee with two eyes.
Elbow, drop, and a 2 count. Boy, the Nation of Domination in recent weeks has really become so very, very dominant here in the WWF. What a tremendous unit that these four men are. And right now, another tag was made. Again, Hawk isolated from Animal. And watch out, Faarooq on his head and paid